Hey, fourth graders. So we started social studies with some review time. So pause the video while you review our states, capitals, and their abbreviations as well. Okay. Then next we used our magazine and our notebook page. And what we did was we read the geography section, answered the 2 questions, and then we read the early history and read the 2 questions. So in your magazine, read these 2 pages, all the captions, everything. And this wants to load. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Awesome. And then the early history of the Southwest. There are some they seem silly words to us. They pronounced a little differently because they are Spanish. So we have pueblos. Where is that? Right in here. Pueblos. And then adobe. Adobe, not adobe, adobe. Okay? So read those 2 pages and unpause the video when you're ready to look over those 4 answers with me. Okay. So, what states make up the Southwest? Well, we know that there's 4 of them. We have Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona, and New Mexico. And in the magazine, it talked about how people get hot, or in hot, dry regions. How do they get water? Because it's so dry in a lot of the places. Well, the story in the chapter, the pages, that word, talked about they would drill holes deep in the ground to reach, did you catch what that word was? Aquifers. Kind of almost like an underground natural tank where water is stored because it seeps through the ground. So they drill nice and deep to use those aquifers to get water. All right, then the early history. Native American people built their houses out of mud, rocks, and adobe because they were in the desert and there was not many trees. They had to use what they had. They had a lot of dirt and rocks and adobe, so they would add some water and make mud to make kind of bricks to build their houses. Now, this part kind of has a few different options you could have gone with. The Spanish and the Native Americans learned from each other, so I'm going to start with the Spanish first. The Spanish learned how to use natural ingredients for medicine, and they also, take one quick peek again, let me remind myself, oh yeah, and then they also learned how to build with adobe. Now the Native Americans learned how to use tools, and they were introduced to new foods and animals, such as wheat and corn, wheat/corn, let's say, and horses. Kind of crazy to imagine our land being how it is without any horses on it before the Spanish arrived. Great. So that's what we did in social studies today. We just read through those 2 pages. Next time we'll start talking about how these states became states, and it's really interesting history. So that's all we did for social studies today. Talk to you soon.